Sorry, people. Sorry. Ooh, nice work.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
My clamshells are so powerful. I went through it.
I knew it was coming soon.
I'm almost there.
Come on, hang this right here.
On the clamshell group,
Yes, I am.
winning.
This should be the ribbon area.
You should sign it.
That'll be my Instagram post. Seems a little less crunchy today, huh?
What's that?
A little less noisy today.
Yes. So, it's not that loud. Yeah, no, it's, well, it depends, you know?
Day by day.
Yeah. It's
Treads go away from the body.
It's feeling better though today.
And just like trying to figure out where the dogs were. Yeah. Like, you know, it was really. And we come out of you. Now. It's always found. That makes sense. It's not like, it's not like, you know,
Right.
so good. So nice.
Aw, that's
It's
good.
good.
There you go, across the body.
Yeah, that's nice.
Yeah.
Hey. Yeah, really just snagging.
He wants to go on the chair.
Oh, hamstring curls.
Yeah.
Okay.
Are you a current patient?
Got one set of squats and then you can do it.
Okay.
Or here, we want to just hold the band for him and you can sit on the table on his leg angle. Personal trainer.
I'm scheduled until November.
Sure. You can practice your kneeling, Lenny. Okay, so it's going to the figure 4 stretch. Yeah, Kim's back east in Maine and Lori said she's feeling a little down and out from her booster. So small group today.
She got a booster.
Yeah.
Oh, she got a booster? No. Oh, mine didn't affect me at all. And I got
Yeah.
it with the flu shot too.
Everybody's different. I know I shouldn't have listened to any stories before I got mine. I was so nervous going into it, hearing all these horror stories of friends my age and a little older, and just saying like, oh my God, I had to take Theraflu. I got so sick from it. And I was like, oh, I don't have time for this. So I did it on a Friday, just in case, so it would ruin my weekend and not my week at work.
And did you have any reaction?
I got tired on the second one and I was a little achy, but otherwise it was good.
Yes. Well,
Yeah, it wasn't too bad. It wasn't like the flu by any means.
yeah.
Okay. Quad stretch next, so let's go on to our sides.
I like that article I read last night about they did the testing on the kids.
The young ones.
I think it was when they were doing the 12 to 15 agers,
Uh-huh.
and they gave half of them saline as a placebo and half of them the shot to see how it was the trials.
Yeah.
And the ones with the shot, some of them reported feeling feverish or achy, and some with the saline reported the same things.
Yeah. Just because you got a shot, right? It's so
Right.
tuned in our culture, otherwise, yeah.
Yeah, all achy and tired and,
I can't go to school today, Mom.
oh God, we tried, didn't we?
Yeah,
Didn't work very well in my house.
if I didn't have a fever, I was at school.
That's what Reno always said. His mom insisted he have a fever no matter how crappy he felt.
Yep.
And he doesn't get fevers. Very rarely.
I have a recommendation in just for a preliminary for watching at least.
All right, let's roll over to the other side.
Had a girlfriend in school. I said, oh, your parents are doctors. You get to stay home all the time when you're sick. And she said, are you kidding? You tell them you're sick. They'd say, you want to see sick? We'll show you sick.
Well, yeah, I had a patient that he came in here really sick one day before COVID, and I said, God, I was like, you're so sick. Why were you at school? He goes, I don't tell my parents I'm sick because they're both doctors and they always bring home like penicillin shots or whatever, and they shoot them with it.
Oh
I
no.
never tell my parents when I'm sick because they just give me shots.
Yeah.
That's horrible.
That sounds like the 1950s. They gave you penicillin for everything.
Yeah.
Consequently, I'm allergic to it.
Yeah, I thought I was, but then I got tested for it and I wasn't. I just always used to get the rash that was associated with strep throat,
Yeah.
but it was the rash from the antibiotic allergy,
Oh.
but it wasn't. Okay, so now let's go into the kneeling hip flexor stretch, or if you have to come up to standing, let's do that.
Oh, I hate this.
I hate these ones.
I have to find a new way to do this that doesn't hurt me, my knees. This way.
You're gonna have a patient corner where all of her exercise, what she expects you to have, how many times, times a day, how many reps, all of that. So, and then you're welcome to come in and like. If she deems it necessary, absolutely. I think it's a little hairy. One of those therapies. And if you decide not to come in, let me know so that I can come.
Okay, let's go and switch sides.
Yeah.
Maggie, can you pull Kenny's sheet to see what his leg press numbers are, maybe? Yeah. We'll do that real quick before he leaves.
Hey, I'll give you a call.
Okay.
How long do we have for our next one? Let's see if we'll-
I got you scheduled on the 28th, so you want to take that one off?
Yeah, I'll call you.
Okay,
Yeah,
sure.
maybe go to the stadium.
Okay, perfect.
All right, good. So then let's go ahead and go down onto all fours. And we're gonna do bird dog. Okay, so if you need to have your wrists on firm ground, get adjusted so your wrists are on firm ground if they're hurting. And hands right under your shoulders, knees right under your hips. And alternating arms and legs. Ready, set, go. 90 seconds. Pause, slowly return. Switch, pause, slowly return. Good. Try to keep your spine nice and straight, your head on your spine. Don't let your head drop or lift up too high. Good squat and step up. So we did 5 bands for 2 legs and 2 blacks and 1 red for a single leg. Thank you. His personal trainer made it.
You're right. So you're gonna get ready tomorrow, starting tonight, huh, Danielle?
You already did it.
Good. 10 more seconds.
You're gonna start raining in Petaluma tonight, huh?
I know, I think they said as early as 6 or 7 tonight, which is good.
Yeah.
You need it.
And then by midnight, it's gonna be pouring.
Great. All right, so now let's go onto our back and we'll do the figure 4 bridge.
Figure 4 bridge.
So one leg crossed over the other,
Yes.
bridge, whatever you want to call it. And if those are too easy, you can also do single leg bridge, whatever floats your boat today. Okay, ready, set, go.
We just hold it up or keeps alternating?
Up and down. No, you're on the same side 90 seconds, and then we'll go to the other side for 90 seconds. Hold it up about 3 seconds and then down slow. I think the last one is the squat roast, right?
Just,
Yeah. Ten more seconds, we'll switch sides. So opposite check, rows.
yeah.
Okay, switch legs. Okay, ready, go. Good, everyone looks like they're getting a full height on both sides. Good butt work. Okay, so now let's put the band on at our knees when you're ready, and we're gonna do fire hydrants instead of clamshells. So you're gonna put band on just like clams, but we're gonna go on all fours again. And you're gonna lift your knee out to the side like a dog peeing on a fire hydrant. I saw this dog this morning and it reminded me, that's why I want to do this, because I saw it doing it. But the dog walked up to a bush today, lifted his outside leg and peed all over the sidewalk instead of in on the bush. He lifted his wrong leg, laughed so hard. I was by myself in the car, and his owner just sat there holding the leash. And I was like, oh my God, that's so funny. I don't know, he was older, so maybe he had arthritis.
Dyslexic.
Yeah, well, that or I wonder if he had like arthritis or something, because
Oh, yeah.
like if he could only, but it's like then turn around and face the other way. It was so funny. I laughed so hard by myself today. You're gonna stay in your perfect all fours position. But now what you're gonna do is you're gonna take one knee out to the side, hold it 3 seconds in slow, stay on the same side for 90 seconds, okay? Ready, go. There you go, and then down slow. So it should kind of feel like clamshells, but now the kneeling side is gonna feel some work too. Ready, Bryce?
Yeah. All right. Thursday.
Okay, switch sides. If you want to take a second and fold up, take a second and fold up. There's a big sigh. Somebody needed that. Okay, on all fours again. Other leg. Ready, go. And I forgot, I gotta tell Maggie that story. She'll think it's funny. Poor doggy. At least the owner was standing far enough away. That could have been bad.
I'm glad you're so amused.
Now,
Everybody has seen that before. It made me laugh.
everybody has to find something to laugh about once a day.
Yeah. Do you feel it both in the kneeling side and the lifting side?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, good. Stretch a little bit, and then if we can get on and off the floor, keeping the band on, I'd like to try to do chair squats, keeping the band on. So hopefully you can get up. If you want to add arm weights, feel free to add some arm weights, but not needed. So we'll do the band above the knees and working on coming down to the chair and try to tap, but don't sit, and then stand back up. Tap and sit, but don't come back up. And if you want to add hand weights, you can add hand weights to make it a little bit harder. I like watching everyone waddle around while they're tied up with their band. It's part of my entertainment for the day.
Okay. So you hold it out in front of you,
You can, yeah, you can reach it out if you need to help you get your bottom back, or you can keep it in close, it's up to you. All right, everyone situated? Ready? Don't fall over, Sam, you're tied up. All right, ready, go. So tap, but don't sit, and then up slow, good. And think of that porta potty kind of squat.
we have to imagine the smell too.
No, just the not wanting to touch the seat part. Tap them and gross, get back up.
My right knee is crunching.
Crunchy, try making sure your knee is staying out as wide as your feet. So if your feet are wide, you might have to pull your knees wider. Does that help? Or no weights can help?
Yeah.
Okay. This weather change, I've been hearing more complaints about aches and pains, so it's making sense. And then Gail, slow it down a little bit. I see some wobbling in your knees as you're going faster. There you go.
That's why you're here.
Those little weeble wobbles by the end of
I
the day.
wouldn't notice it if you hadn't told.
Can you see it in your screen? Or is it too?
No, I can't.
Okay.
I am not able to see that screen unless I get at it. I can see my body, but
Yeah. All right, good. Okay, now we can take the band off. And then I want to try doing that golfer pickup type exercise. Now, if you need a chair for balance, we can use a chair lightly for balance. This is the one where we reach towards the ground and back up as the other leg goes over. But what I want to look at, now that you know what my legs are doing, with the torso, I want my back to stay straight. So I don't want to slouch over to actually touch the ground, okay? Keep my back, leg, everybody in alignment, okay? And we'll just do a minute on each side for these because these are burning on the butt and the hamstring.
okay.
Make sure we're keeping our hips level as well. So if I go to tip over, I don't want my pelvis to open up and rotate. Okay, everyone got a good spot to hang on? All right, ready, go. So everyone, the leg that's kicking in the air, you need to drop that hip a little bit more. Don't let it go up. There you go. It'll be harder.
Yes.
Your hip roll up. We'll just do a minute on each side for these. Good, flat back, level hips. Feeling a pull up the backside. Okay, let's go ahead and switch sides. Okay, ready, Go. Make sure you're keeping those hips level. So as your leg kicks up, it should just go straight back. Don't let it rotate you over. Better job keeping the back flat. I'm not worried about you actually touching the floor. So keep those shoulder blades pinched. Posture, posture, posture. Okay, good. All right, so then lightly holding on to something for balance, I want to do a single leg calf raise. Or heel raises, whatever you like to call them.
Okay.
So standing on, and Sam, if you need to do double leg, you can do double leg.
Have to do both. The left
Okay.
knee is just gone.
Okay, that's all right. Okay, ready, set, go. Your knee is bad?
Really bad.
Have you gone back to the doctor?
Yeah, surgery is January 10th.
Oh, perfect. Okay. Well, make sure to call us about a month before to get you on the books for your after home health care. Because we're booking about a month out, 3 weeks.
Okay, good to know.
Yes, don't call. I need to start PT today.
And this is private, but my client Donna, who's coming to see you, she'd like to come twice a week. Just so you know, she would pay cash for the other one.
Well, no, I just don't have room on the schedule.
Oh, that's it.
It's
Okay.
not
I
a
wasn't
payment
sure.
Yeah, no, it's not a payment thing. I literally have
Okay.
room on
Got
my
it.
schedule. Okay, let's switch sides. Velcro, don't do the zipper. Do the Velcro, just pull the Velcro, you're
Oh,
good.
yeah.
Don't do the zipper, you'll still be stuck in there.
I didn't know the zipper.
Yeah. Okay, ready, go. Yeah, until I can find another human, before I used to be able to see my, post-operative people at least the first 2 or 3 weeks, twice a week when I had Rebecca, but with Rebecca not being here,
Yeah.
I'm down at least 20 visits a week.
Oh,
So
yeah.
I have
get
to
it.
just make people very self-motivated, and hopefully they can do a good job on their own at home. Some of my patients come in here to do their exercises just because it's easier to do it on the tables than on the floor at home.
Yeah.
Yes, thank you. So it just depends. Some people do come in here 2 or 3 times a week and they can use the facility. I just don't have time to give up my undivided
Yeah.
twice a week. Okay, so now let's do straight leg calf stretch. So straight leg back, driving the heel into the ground, or runner stretch, whatever you like to call it.
Because this gets mostly the calf.
Of the back leg, yes.
Yeah.
What we're looking for, driving that heel into the ground and then shift your weight forward onto the front leg till you feel a nice calf stretch. Yeah, if anyone actually knows of any good PTs, send them my way. Who are sick of their other jobs.
And I'm gone next week.
Yeah, you said that. All right, let's switch sides.
Carmen, no.
Okay, let's go ahead and switch back to the other side. Make your stride a little bit shorter. And we're gonna try to get that Achilles stretch or the lower calf stretch. You're gonna bend the back leg and you might have to shift your butt back a little bit more towards your heel so your knee doesn't crunch. And try to find that lower calf stretch. Everyone got it?
Yeah.
Okay, we hadn't done this one in a while because they kept running out of time, but I'm fitting it back in because it's important. All right, switching sides for the last minute, and I'm gonna make it with like 40 seconds to spare. Good job. We hustled through it today. We made it.
Good. You did great.
Was it too much kneeling today, or did we do okay as long as you had cushion?
Okay.
Okay. That was the only thing I realized once I was done with everything. I was like, oh, there's kind of a lot of kneeling, but I like switching it up sometimes and doing different ways to get the butt tired and the core tired. So,
Yeah, I thought it was great.
okay.
Compared to what I do on my own, which is zip.
I know it's hard to stay motivated when you're stuck in the four walls of your house.
Yeah. And there's so many other jobs to do unless you got an appointment.
Yep.
Don't do it.
We made it. All right. Have an awesome rest of your week, ladies.
Thank you.
See you later.
Yeah, see you.
Bye.
Bye.